Will be buried by yourself. That's why the Prophet Muhammad said, remember the grave. He said, remember the death, because the death will cut you off from this life. Anything that is, for example, I want to have a nice car, death will cut you off from that. You know, we have to be serious. We have to be realistic that we're going to stand. And Allah has attributes of mercy. That's why He created paradise. The attributes of anger. That's why He created the hellfire. But again, He clarified the truth to us, and He said, Satan is our clear enemy. Don't follow his footsteps, because the enemy of your forefather Adam. Now it's up to you, my sister, when it's clear to you, makes sense to you, to take the correct decision, to have a relationship with your Creator, and to follow the teaching of the Most High, and to worship Him the way He wants to worship. That's why I keep asking you, if it makes sense to you, is it clear to you, I'm inviting you to Islam, to that which make you happy in this life and the hereafter. You want to become Muslim? Forget about people. That would, not yet, not yet. Don't rush. Yeah. Get a knife. To force her. I'm joking. I don't want to put pressure on you, sister. But if it makes sense, it's clear to you, I will tell you, look, become Muslim, then learn step by step. You look, how many years you've been cut off from worshiping the Creator. He wants to worship Him. If I give you £2 million, you're not going to say to me, Shamsi, give me some time before I thank you. You're going to thank me straight away. What about the Creator? Look, the examples I gave you. Wallahi, anyone who is a sincere person, analyze Prophet Muhammad's teaching, analyze the Quran's teaching, see, it goes in line with our universal knowledge, our sound reasoning, natural inclination. You know, like, you know, Prophet Muhammad said, when a person wants to become Muslim, the Satan will come to her or him, try to do everything to put up barriers for them to not accept Islam. But when you accept Islam and you take Shahada, you see how you change. And I'm telling you based upon the experience of my wife, you know, how they change. Which is what I bear witness, there is no one worthy of worship except Allah. And I bear witness Muhammad, the messenger of Allah. Then you learn more and more. And you have your Muslim friends here. Alhamdulillah. The reason I'm trying to make you say it, but before, I'm telling you, if it makes sense to you, believe it's true, say it. You know why? Because if you become a Muslim, I will get a reward. Prophet Muhammad told us, if one person become a Muslim through you, it's better than the world and what is in it. And Islam teach us, when you call people to worship Allah, don't ask anything from them. Even don't thank me. Because why? I want the reward of the Most High, which is better than anything else. You see? So if you believe it's in your heart, say it. If you love your mother, would you not say it? Huh? Yes, sir. Khalas, if it makes sense to you. If you are shy for people, then you can say it there. But you're going to say something which pleases the Creator. Something that is going to bring you back to you. That's why when someone becomes a Muslim, what we say? He's a revert or she's a revert. Revert means you're going back to your original state. And the Prophet Muhammad said, every child is born with a natural inclination, meaning to submit to the Creator. And now they've done a study. They came to know, listen to the study in Oxford University, yeah? They've done a study. They came to know that it took them 3 years, and they spent 1.9 million on this project, yeah? They came to know that children, if you leave them without any outside factors affecting their thinking and their natural inclination, they will grow up worshipping and believing in God. I'm not saying they believe in God's name is Allah, but they have that something which accept that. It's like a Wi-Fi connection. You know that, what do you call it? Intuition, yeah, something that within them that accept that, you know? So it's like you have a Wi-Fi and you have a phone, so you connect it. That's how the Wi-Fi is something within you, and the router is the Quran. So you connect straight away. The example I'm giving. That's the beauty of Islam. Is connect to your heart, connect to your sound reasoning system. That's why I'm inviting you to say it. It's better than the word what is in it. But again, I don't want to make you feel pressured. None of that. That's why I always say to people, if it makes sense and believe it's the truth, say it.
It does make sense.
Say it then, alhamdulillah. Become Muslim. Forget the people. No, forget the people. You should encourage her to become Muslim. Don't tell her, stop it. What is like? What is like? Tell her. What is like? You should tell her to become Muslim. Wallahi, if you are a true friend, look, many Muslims I've noticed, when they have a non-Muslim friends, they don't advise them to become Muslim. They tell them, you should advise her because if you really love her, you know there's a story, there's a narration. They said, What she said?
She said, I don't know the whole religion.
Yeah, but you don't, that's a good question. Do I have to know the whole religion to become a Muslim? I don't know everything. What I'm teaching you, sister, the foundation. Let me make it clear to you, yeah? You go to your doctor, yes, to your GP, and you listen to his advice, even though you don't know his shoe size, even though you don't know how many children he has, correct? So you don't know his life story or his daily life, but you still accept him to trust him. Why? Because you are working with the foundation which is this person is qualified, he's a doctor. Likewise, if the foundation is clear, logic dictates the branches must be clear. That's what distinguishes Islam from any religion. Islam, there is not any contradiction with Islamic foundation. However, some people do misunderstand the Islamic branches. Why? Because they take the branch and isolate it from its foundation. Do you understand that? But when you connect the branch to the foundation, everything will become clear. That's what is Islam. Alhamdulillah. What are you Ruta, this one, what?
No, sorry, I'm just charging something.
Oh, I was a Ruta, I'm thinking, what? Huh? Yeah, Allah, sister, that's what I advise you. And you should encourage her. You know, remember that story. If you want to go there because there's too many people.
No. Tell her the 6 pillars, please.
5 pillars.
Yeah, I'll tell you. Okay, so the 5 pillars, 6 pillars of Islam. As we said, to believe in Allah. Because why? Before that, if you believe in Allah and you believe, yes, Allah is a truth, Prophet Muhammad is a true prophet, based upon the proofs and the logical arguments, then of course, logically, you're going to believe what he came with. You understand? Yeah, it's a logical way. If you believe I'm a doctor and I know your disease, may Allah forbid, you know, hopefully you don't have no disease, may Allah forbid. Just give an example. Logic dictates you're going to believe what I'm going to tell you. Likewise, the Most High, who we established already, he has the wisdom and mercy and justice, will not choose a lie to convey the message. So, first one is to believe in Allah, to believe in the angels. The angel is a creation like Gabriel, who Allah created. And also believe in the books, that Allah sent down the books to Jesus, Moses, Abraham, all prophets and messengers to guide mankind. Likewise, we believe in the day of judgment, that all of us will be resurrected and God will judge us according to our actions. Hitler will not escape. Mao will not escape. Stalin will not escape. There's many evil people, kill many innocent people and nothing happened to them. But I don't think nothing happened to them. Allah said, we'll bring them back to life. That is a day of judgment. Also, we believe that everything that takes place by Allah's permission. This is called the inward belief. The outside now, actions, prayer. As I said, every time you pray, there's benefits. You are connecting yourself to your Creator, serving your Creator. The prayer. Also, we have charity. So, as I told you, when you look at Islamic legislation, benefits you as individual and benefits society. Prayer is for your own good. Why are you connecting yourself to your Creator? You know, you pray the way the Creator wants to pray. Also, fasting. Fasting is good for you. And also, fasting makes you soft. It brings you closer to Allah and makes you soft toward the poor people. Because many people say, I feel sorry for the poor people. But when you fast and you know for 18 hours you've been fasting, now you have food in front of you, you remember what? There are some people that have no food. So what you do at the end of Ramadan or every day of Ramadan, you make sure you give more money to poor people. So it's good for you. Likewise, we have charity. There's 2 types of charity. There's a yearly one and there's one after Eid. Look, my sister, yeah? If everyone implements the Islamic legislation, for example, charity, will have no poverty. See, so charity. Hajj means there is a place like Kaaba in Mecca in Saudi that we go, sacred pilgrimage, and we do it if you're able to do so. That's a teaching of Islam, but like I said, you take it step by step. You know, there was a sister here, she became Muslim from Trinidad. Alhamdulillah. And she, as I said, Islam makes sense. And many people, yesterday, English lady became Muslim. Marble Ash. When I explained to her Islam, she said, yes, I want to become Muslim. Why? Because when you have no true teaching of the Creator, you don't know what you're worshipping. But when you look to Islam, that's why I was saying if it makes sense and is clear, take it. Then you learn bit by bit. Because if you want to learn how to drive, you don't learn outside the car. Well, how you do? You go inside the car and you start learning, step by step. Likewise, you know, Shahadatan. And the Prophet Muhammad said, any person that said Shahadatan or become Muslim, all his sins or has sins forgiven, except if you debt you have to give it back to the person, or you stole something from a person and you know him or you know her, you give it back to him. But whatever between you and Allah, Allah forgive all the sins. Simple, and it's a logical way, you know. And you know, I was going to tell you a story for your friend now. Prophet Muhammad, there's a story, it's been mentioned, that once God sent the angel to destroy a city, your evil people. The angel said to God, to Allah, there is someone who is a believer in there. He said, start with him first. He said, why? He said, because he knew the truth, but he was not teaching the people. So as a Muslim, if we have friends that are not Muslims, we should tell them, look, I want good for you. If I'm a true friend to you, this is not a life. This life is temporary. This is like a bridge. You can die any time. Any age you can die. Literally, you can leave this place and something may Allah forbid happen to you. That's why, you know, Allah said, اتقوا يوما ترجعون فيه إلى الله. Fear the day. Fear the day that you will return to Allah and you will stand before Allah. Allah said in the Quran, قل إن الموت الذي تفرون منه فإنه ملاقيكم ثم تردون إلى عالم الغيب والشهادة فينبئكم بما كنتم تعملون. The meaning of the verse, Allah said, say to them, O Muhammad, those who try to negate Allah, who turn away from His teaching, that death that you try to run away from, surely will meet you and you return to Allah and He will inform you of that which you used to do. Allah said, أَفَنَجْعَلُ الْمُسْلِمِينَ كَالْمُجْرِمِينَ مَا لَكُمْ كَيْفَ تَحْكُمُونَ. Are we going to make equal those who are righteous with those who are evil? How can you judge? That is from the injustice for Allah to make equal the believers with disbelievers on the day of resurrection. Rather, Allah prepared a place which is eternal. You know what is eternal? You will not end. It's paradise. However, that place is so valuable. It's so expensive. So Allah put in front of it many barriers. It's for you to fight against it to deserve that place. You know? Brother, go on.
Can I say something?
Yeah, tell me.
You say all this like Jannah, Jahannam, because I've got a lot of Muslim friends saying all of this, but nobody here has been to this Jannah or this Jahannam, so we don't know whether this Jannah or Jahannam exists. Like, have anyone of you here been to Jannah?
Okay, so
Anyone here has been to, so we don't know. Because right now I think you're kind of like selling people a bunch of like hopes and that, because no one here has been to this Jannah or Jahannam. So technically, I don't know. I'm not saying that it doesn't exist.
I understand that. I understand.
But we don't. You can't say it exists because you haven't been there or seen it for yourself.
Okay, so that will take us. What's your name, by the way, brother?
Huh?
What's your name?
My name.
Yeah.
My name.
Anyway, Muhammad Abdul Qadir. Anyway. Okay, nice to meet you, brother. My name is Shamsi. That will bring us back. What is the source of knowledge? Is it the only way for me to know something exists? I have to see it. Are you saying that?
I mean, technically, yeah.
You don't live this life. You are being dishonest in the debate now, because in the debate you're gonna try to defend your point, because in our daily life we don't live the way you said. If the council called you, say we have a house for you, before the council, everyone here follow GPS machine. Machine is following you, telling you to go place, but you know for sure that place exists. Otherwise, don't follow the GPS. So why you are following GPS? If in order for you to know something exists, you have to see it with your own eyes.
I heard that story.
See, so therefore, there's many ways of us to know something exists. That's not only restricted to observation, because if you restrict in order for us to know something exists only to our observation, there is many things in our life we have to deny. You understand? You have to deny your forefathers. You have to deny. That's why this is a fallacy that many people commit. Understand? Because many of our knowledge, brother, is based upon transmission of information. I'm from Algeria, okay? Some people, they've never been Algeria. But we know Algeria exists. Why? Because before we go to that, today if BBC says, tomorrow there is no school, everyone will not take their children to school. Why? But hold a minute, I never went to school and see there's no school. Why? Because there's other indication to indicate this speaks on behalf of the government. So you're taking a woman information to know for sure there's no school. You understand? So that is logical. That is a fallacy that you just committed there. Okay. Now, did someone? Yes, Prophet Muhammad went and he saw paradise in the hellfire. The prophets and messengers, they saw that. Yes.
But how do you, listen, but he can tell you that, oh yeah, I went to, I saw the heavens. But how do you know that you 100% believe it?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So now when you look to the prophets and messengers, even though they never met each other. For example, imagine someone comes to me now. He says someone got stabbed. Another person said someone got stabbed. They don't know each other, yeah? Another person said someone got stabbed. Another person, 25 people came to us. They don't know each other. They haven't met each other. And they say someone got stabbed. That will give you certainty and knowledge that someone got stabbed. Because these guys, they never met each other. And they haven't not spoke to each other, but they come with the same information. Likewise, we look to the prophets and messengers, they never met each other, and they come with the same teaching that there is a hellfire and paradise. That's one thing. Secondly, I can establish with a logical way, a rational argument, Prophet Muhammad is an honest and a truthful person. Why? When you look to his biography, when a person came to be a prophet of God, either he's deluded, okay? He's deluded, maybe he's mentally disturbed, okay? Or he's wants to gain something from the worldly affairs because he's a liar. Remember, if someone claims to be a prophet of God, either he's the most truthful person or the biggest liar. And a liar is not going to tell you he's a prophet of God for the sake of the hereafter, because he doesn't even believe in the hereafter. He's going to tell you to be prophet of God to manipulate you to gain something from this life. Do you agree so far?
Can I get what you're saying?
Yeah, should I repeat it? Yeah, anyway, should I repeat it? For example, if I'm not a prophet, if I'm going to claim to be a prophet of God, what I'm going to do, I'm going to claim it for a reason. Either I'm deluded, mentally disturbed, or I want to gain something from it. And because I don't believe in God and I don't believe in the hereafter, I'm a liar, so I'm not going to try to gain something by telling you, don't give me nothing, God's going to reward me. Because I'm a liar, I don't even believe in God. I'm going to expect something from you. Let's analyze Prophet Muhammad's biography. Prophet Muhammad, ﷺ, his house, he was a poor man, ﷺ. There was the wife, Aisha, she said for 2 months, Prophet Muhammad was eating only date and water. Hold a minute. This man is a liar. Why he's gonna be just date and water? Rather, when the Prophet Muhammad, his companion, came to him, he said, listen, O Messenger of Allah, let me bring you something. Let you beautify your house. You know what he said? He said, no. Are you paying attention to her, to me? You keep looking at her. Look at me, brother, I'm here. You know, pay attention. Because you came with the argument, I will show you your, I'm gonna destroy, not destroy it in a way, I'm gonna refute it with a logical argument. I'm gonna dismiss it, yeah. So, man came to Prophet Muhammad, let us give you something. Prophet Muhammad said, no, I don't want it. Because my reward with Allah. Wait. He's a liar. He doesn't believe there's the hereafter. I'll give you another one. Prophet Muhammad during his lifetime, eclipse, you know, eclipse occurred, yeah? Yeah, occurred. His companions, they were not familiar with it. They were not familiar, okay? The same day his son passed away, his son died. People say the reason eclipse occurred because his son passed away. Remember, a liar is going to try to utilize anything to justify he's a prophet of the Most High. You know what he did? He said, no, what happened has nothing to do with my life or my son's life or death. That what happened is from God. When you see it, go and pray to God. And when he gave a talk to them, he never mentioned his son's death. He told them that prepare yourself for the day of judgment. That is not the characteristics of a liar, brother. That is not the characteristics of someone who wants to be claimed to be a prophet of God to gain something. And we know historically, amongst the Muslim historians and non-Muslim historians, Prophet Muhammad was a sound man, intelligent man. Another one, Prophet Muhammad, a woman in his lifetime, she doesn't want to get married to his companion. She doesn't want to get married to his companion, you know. She doesn't want to stay with his companion. Prophet Muhammad came to her, listen carefully, yeah? He came to her, she said to her, because the companion loved her so much, and he was following her everywhere, okay? Prophet Muhammad said, are you not amazed with so-and-so? He loves her so much, and she hates him. So Prophet Muhammad came to her, alayhi salatu wasalam. He said to her, why don't you go back to him? Listen to these brothers, yeah? Listen. She said, oh Messenger of Allah, are you saying it to me because you are a messenger of Allah, or you just try to mediate? He said, no, I'm trying to mediate. It's up to you to reject it or no. He said, I want to reject it. Wait a minute. If he's a liar and he slept against woman, what could have done? Manipulate her. Said, no, Allah told me. So what she's going to do? Said, Allah told me I'm going to go back. He said, no. Another woman came to the messenger of Allah. She said, oh messenger of Allah, my father forced me to get married to someone I don't like. Prophet Muhammad said, you are allowed to divorce. When you look to his biography, Prophet Muhammad, he conquered the Arab Peninsula. And he said, I'm not here for this life. That is not a biography. That's why the Muslim scholar said, when you study Prophet Muhammad's biography, you can see this man is not a liar. For example, Prophet Muhammad was in Medina. You know what is Medina? Yeah, there's Mecca and Medina. Medina, a lot of people that were there, they were Israelites. They were what? Israelites. But guess what? Prophet Muhammad in Medina is defending Jesus. If he was a liar, he should be agreeing with the Israelites to gain more followers. But he was saying, the Israelites, you are lying against Jesus. Jesus was a mighty messenger. Was born without a father. He was a true Messiah. And you are lying against him. And his mother was truthful. The liar, mainly he wants to gain stuff from this life. And he wants to have more followers. But no, he went against them. Rather, if he agreed with the Israelites, the Arab pagans will follow him. So clearly, a man is an honest man, truthful and trustworthy. Does it make sense? That's it, alhamdulillah. Are you Muslim? So say shahada, brother. Alhamdulillah, we have two people same time. So anyway, you stopped me. So what I say to you, look, there's a big fallacy that people try to utilize to say the only way for me to believe, because say there's difference between believe and knowing. You only believe, but we know. No, there's many routes of knowing something. It's not only restricted to knowledge, to observation or our experience, also to our sound reasoning. For example, A, listen to this carefully, yeah? A is bigger than B. A is bigger than B. B is bigger than C. Which one is bigger, A or C? A. But you haven't seen C and you haven't seen A. Why? You are utilizing your sound common sense to analyze that you can know something for sure bigger than something without observing it. Because by definition, bigger means bigger. You understand? So that's what called common sense, and that's what Islam goes in line with our common sense. So what you have to understand, sister, because you said it makes sense, even he said it makes sense, none of you will be inside the grave by yourself. This life, we're not here just to waste our time. We're not here just to have sex and sleep around and drink and do this. We are here for greater wisdom. However, those who are in power, they are manipulating the people to divert us from the great wisdom. And to both of you, the proof has been established upon you to see, especially you, Islam is the truth and it makes sense. So now it's up to you to reject and accept, but on the day of resurrection, don't blame no one except yourself. That's the reality. Allah said on the day of judgment, they will say, oh Allah, turn me back, bring me back. That's what will happen. So, become Muslim, alhamdulillah. You want to become Muslim? No problem, inshallah. Let me give you, did I give you something? Let me give you this. No problem, sister. I don't want to put pressure. But when you leave, make sure, don't let this life divert you. You know, here. Where are you from? What country you from, if you don't mind? Nigerian. Nigerian? Football, what do you think about football? Huh? Football. Do you watch African football, African Cup? Who's the best?
Nigeria, obviously.
We beat you. What are you talking about? Algeria beat you 2-1.
Okay, so?
We are the best African team.
When's the last time you won African Cup of Nations? When's the last time?
2019.
Oh, yeah.
we beat you. Well, take care of yourself, yeah? Hopefully I'll see you soon. Read, please, Baba, yeah? All right, take care. Take care, yeah? Have a nice evening. السلام عليكم. الحمد لله. I'm good. بارك الله فيكم. السلام عليكم اخوان. حياكم الله. يا ما شاء الله. السلام عليكم اخوان. حياكم الله. السلام عليكم. كيف الحال؟ اتيناكم ما شاء الله.
Nothing important. What aftershave you got on, bro?
Huh?
What aftershave you got on, bro? Come on, brother.
No, special. It's aftershave, it's a perfume. I don't want to say it.
No, you come on, you need to tell us. We come from Leeds, Shamsi. Come on, we might not see you again. No. Tell us your secret.
No, special. We can't, because I don't want you to come speak his phone and everyone's the same.
Oh, no, we won't be saying. We come from Leeds.